This program is recommended by the National Education Association.
The earth's a big blue marble when you see it from out there. Closer, getting closer. Perspectives start to change, things look a little strange as we get closer. Closer, growing closer. No need to be afraid, our troubles start to fade as we get closer. We must learn to understand if we ever want to get to know each other better. Together is a word that holds tomorrow in its hand. Tomorrow's just another day to get together and get closer, 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 closer.
Today on Big Blue Marble, we'll join a gypsy caravan in northern England.
Then, we'll go to the subcontinent of Asia, a part of the world where firewood is so scarce that a young girl must spend her whole day gathering enough just to cook her family's meal.
Big happy smile. Yay!
Have you ever wanted to have your picture on the cover of a magazine? In New York City, we'll share a day in the life of a teenage fashion model.
England, part of the United Kingdom, is located just off the northwest coast of Europe. The culture and history of the English-speaking world originated here.
There's a small town of Greystone in northern England called Appleby, which overlooks the hills of Cumberland. For over 200 years, it has been a meeting place for British gypsies.
Come may die, the wells go dry, the sky may fall upon us all, but one thing's sure, there'll always be a gypsy fair at Appleby. There's a grin little hill over Appleby town, and it's there we go when the year comes round. There's uncles and cousins and stories to tell, and ponies to buy and ponies to sell. There's dancing and laughter and never a care when the gypsies come down to Appleby Fair. The corn may die, the wells go dry, the sky may fall upon us all, but one thing's sure, there'll always be a gypsy fair at Appleby.
More than 800 wagons, campers, trailers, and motorhomes cluster together at the Appleby Fair. As she does every year, young Matilda has come with her gypsy family to Appleby. This year is special. Matilda has a pony to sell.
Have you had your breakfast yet?
No, we're just going to have it now. We're going to make a fire and have it.
Each year, the first job is to set up camp.
I don't want anything.
Look at the boy laughing at you because you're crying. Look.
Everything must be spick and span for the annual gathering.
I hope it's a good day tomorrow. Are you going down? Yeah.
you're going to have a very long life. You're going to have happiness, but you're going to cross water. And that is true. But your health hasn't been so good lately, has it?
No.
You had another boyfriend before you married, didn't you?
Yes.
He's going to come back into your life. Now, I
Oh,
told
dear.
you. I told you. But I'm going to tell you this, love. You want to look after yourself, keep your eyes open and your mouth closed. You'll come off a lot better for it. God bless you.
What do you want to tell fortunes, Mum?
Well, it's just something that comes to you. It runs in the family, and it just comes, and it's just natural. You turn around and you see the lifeline, the long lifeline, and if it's long, it's a long life, and if it's short, it's for a short life. And a lot of it comes just automatically in your mind.
The most important activity at Appleby is horse trading, which gypsies have been known for centuries.
Keep your reins nice and tight. Don't let her gallop. Nice and slow, and I want her to step and go, like she should. Do you?
Aye.
Can you do that for me?
Aye.
The seller must run his horse to show its merits. This is called flashing.
That's a decent man.
Alright. What's her taste like, Bill?
She's 6 years old this time.
Bill is Matilda's grandfather, and he will bargain on her behalf.
Fetch her here, my lass. Fetch her here.
Have a look at her.
On your back, pal.
There's nothing wrong with the mare, only the price, Bill.
Well,
Only the price.
it's the way of the world today, isn't it?
Tell you what I'm going to do with you. 5 for you, 2 for it. I want to go to heaven yet, I've told you.
Quarter less.
Here, I'll be as good as you. I'm not no Quaker. Quarter more.
No, never in 100 years.
Bill, look, I couldn't give that.
Forget it, man. Forget it, man.
No deal can be made. But perhaps with new shoes, tomorrow will bring a sale.
All upon us all, but one thing's sure, there'll always be a gypsy fair at Appleby. There's a grin with the hill over Appleby town, and it's there we go when the year comes round. There's uncles and cousins and stories to tell, and ponies to buy and ponies to sell. There's dancing and laughter and never a care when the gypsies come down to Appleby Fair. The corn may die, the wells go dry, the sky may fall upon us all, but one thing's sure, there'll always be a gypsy fair at Appleby.
Is the mare any cheaper today?
Is it?
Tell me. Are she
Give
worth
over,
it?
man. Give over.
Be a 5.5 for her. Ah, yes or no?
Do you want it for 6.5?
No.
Can you not divide it?
No.
Get it. Go on, mate. You're the gamest man out of Scotland.
You're
You're the man that has the money.
We'll meet halfway. Give me a tenner back, and we'll divide
Go
it.
on,
I'll
go
tell you
on,
what
knock
I'll
it
do
down.
with you.
Divide it, yes, aye or no?
Knock it down,
Knock
sir.
it
Knock
down,
it
make it
down.
work
Yeah,
All right now?
Uh-huh.
Now or never, we'll give the kid a tenner apiece. Yes or no?
Go on, man. Go on.
The final slap of hands is made, and Matilda will get 20 pounds for her pony.
60, 70, 80.
Here you are. Is that enough for you, my lass?
Aye.
How about the fair?
I like fairs very much.
What's the fair?
Well, you can ride horses up and down, and you can ride horses up and down, and you can do lots of different things.
What about right there?
You can see all of these and nothing. You can sit next to the fire and get nice and warm. And
Around the campfire, the gypsies feel a special closeness. They sing about the old ways and the bonds that hold them together.
And for Matilda, life's road is the way of the gypsy.
I love traveling, and I'm going to travel all my life.
Sky may fall upon us all, but one thing's sure, there'll always be a gypsy fair at Appleby.
Candice, I think that what we should do is put this picture in the front.
Yeah.
It's the best picture that we have, and we should hit them with the best one. And I think what we should do is move this one second. Now, what do you think about cutting your hair a little bit?
Yeah, I
Trim?
think I should. 2
Yeah?
inches.
Think you could work with it then?
Yeah.
I think it's better that way. I wanted to ask you, have you grown any?
An
Because I
inch.
don't know. You did? How tall are you now?
5, 6.5.
You're getting big. I don't know. What, that half more inch? You're going to be into the ladies' division soon.
My name is Candice Coster. I'm 14, and I model. I've lived in New York all of my life. Okay. Do I need a little around my nose?
Just a little bit.
Okay.
I think we got rid of the shine, don't you?
Yeah.
Okay. And maybe we'll put the blush on. Give you some nice rosy cheeks.
Yeah.
Because this is going to come out in the summertime. So, you want to look like you have, you know, some color been out in the sun. See how natural that looks, Candy?
My favorite kind of shooting, I think, is, it's hard to say. I think when they have a hairdresser and a makeup man, it's really fun to have them all fussing around you. I think that's the best. And if you go on location, that's fun, too.
We might just put a little tiny bit on.
Do you want most of my hair in front of my shoulders?
Yes, well,
Yeah.
we'll work on that when we get out on the set. I'm quite
Okay.
sure George is going to say throw it back a little bit because he wants to see the collar. I think I'm going to pin the cuffs a little, Candy,
Okay.
because they're a little loose.
Yeah.
And I think that nice Victorian look, I love that. I think it's beautiful.
Yeah.
Doesn't that look better?
Hi.
Hi, sweetie. Okay, get right in the middle there.
9.
All right. Now, what we're going to do here is try to get this whole thing in action with your hair swinging, you know.
Of course, when you're at home and people are taking pictures of you, you just smile and, you know, just one pose. And that's the way I thought they did it in modeling, because before I modeled, I'd never really taken the time to look at a magazine and see how a model was posing.
Okay, fine. Now,
Okay.
it's going to be all action. I want your hair swinging and big smile, big outgoing look. Terrific. Just move right to the background. Now, walk forward. Big smile. Ah, that's cute. Now, go back and throw your head a little faster.
Okay.
Okay, here we go.
Ready?
Big happy smile. Yay, that's terrific. Great. Once more.
On my first job, I was really nervous because I didn't know what to do, how I should pose, because I hadn't seen any other models doing it. So I got on the white backing and I said, this is my first job. I don't know what to do. So the photographer just laughed and, you know, he showed me what to do and everything. And then he just said, you know, when you get home, just stand in front of the mirror and practice your poses. And that's how you'll get to know more poses. All my spare time is taken up at the stables because that's really where I enjoy myself. I'd rather do that than watch TV or sit around because I relax up there.
I guess because of the weather, it's getting colder.
Yeah.
Leaves are falling. I have a chance to act up with an
God, it's
excuse.
so pretty out here.
What time are we gonna
When my friends ask me, what's it like to be a model, they say, well, it must be glamorous. And, well, it is sort of glamorous if you have a makeup artist and everything. But sometimes it's not when you have to do it all yourself. And you stand around waiting under hot lights. But it's a little of each, I think.
Okay, now I'll do my line, and don't rush yours.
Okay.
Because nobody says you have to jump right into that line, okay?
My dad's an actor, so I asked him, you know, could I start?
Yeah, me neither. How are we going to get a look inside?
You guys are out of your minds. You're gonna end up in jail. Wait and see. Julio, you got 50 cents?
Go, pretty. Do it again.
I see modeling as a step on the ladder, and then I'll go into acting, because I don't want this to be my main career.
Good. Ha-ha, again. Swing. Pretty. Oh, big smile.
After a session, I don't think it's tiring, because, you know, you're not really doing strenuous exercise. I think the most tiring part of it is trying to rush around to get to every place, through the subways and the streets and running 10 blocks to get somewhere. And then by the time you get to a job, you're already tired. I I wouldn't trade my life with anybody because I like to rush around and be on my own and go through the subways and the buses and have all these things to do. I love to do all that.
For more than 1/3 of the world's population, the energy crisis is the lack of firewood to provide heat and to cook food. In the subcontinent of Asia, these forests were once lush with trees. Now there is barely a sapling. Because there are no trees to hold the topsoil, new plantings cannot take root. The once fertile land is now barren.
This religious center, with the fertility goddess carved in its stone facade, is, like the land, abandoned and empty. Those who lived here had to move away in search of firewood.
Without trees for protection, soil is blown away. Many people find the problem insurmountable. They must pack their belongings and move on, hoping to find an easier life elsewhere. This young girl spends most of her day gathering wood.
Some of her friends manage to go to school, but she cannot. Her family must have firewood to cook their meals. The barren land provides little, so she must walk many miles in search of this simple fuel.
London's burning, London's burning, London's burning, London's burning. Look yonder, look yonder, look yonder, look yonder. High five.
Cow manure makes a suitable fuel, but using it for fuel means that there will be less for fertilizer, another sacrifice.
The animals must eat too. These tiny saplings, the hope of a future forest, are damaged, perhaps destroyed.
Once, these fields were naturally irrigated by a river. But this balance of nature was destroyed when trees were cut down, changing the river's course. Now, these women must carry water great distances to irrigate their fields.
Here, the opposite has occurred. Because trees were unwisely cut, the river has overflowed, flooding the fields and destroying them.
When there are no trees to hold the soil, it is washed into the river. Here, so much silt has accumulated that the river has become blocked. To remove the silt by hand is the only hope these people have to retain their source of water.
Many despair and move on. There is much sadness as families and friends break up. They have learned, perhaps too late, that man must treat the land with respect.
Coming soon, a new animated serial of Robert Louis Stevenson's classic adventure, Treasure Island.
15 men on a dead man's chest. Yo-ho-ho, and a bottle around. I think and the devil had done for the rest. Yo-ho-ho, and a bottle around.
If ever a young boy had adventure, real adventure, that boy was Master Jim Hawkins. Now, Jim was a fine young lad, hard-working, studious, but like most young people, he loved adventure. So he was all ears and full of curiosity as he performed his duties round his mother's inn. The Admiral Benbow, it was called. One day, a strange new lodger arrived. Jim learned that his name was Billy Bones, and it was from him that he eventually obtained the map of the island. Straightway to his good friend Squire Trelawney, Jim went for the tale of treasure, fabulous treasure, to be had for the taking, and the squire, a man always willing to take a chance, organized an expedition. He obtained a ship in the services of John Silver, who promised to engage a crew, and together with a great... Oh, but wait a minute. I'm getting ahead of my story. It was late one afternoon.
Next time, we'll travel to New Zealand and follow a Maori boy as he returns to his native village.
Then, we'll join Clark Brandon and the Blue Marblemobile crew as they visit a young girl who shoots pool. And even gets a chance to play the famous Minnesota Fats.
You could run all them balls and still lose.
We'll also meet Cray Van Sickle and follow him on his way to becoming the Frisbee champion of the world.
All this and more, next time on Big Blue Marble.
Closer, getting closer. Perspectives start to change, things look a little strange as we get closer, growing closer. No need to be afraid, our troubles start to fade as we get closer. Together is a word we must learn to understand if we ever want to get to know each other better. Together is a word that holds tomorrow in its hand. Tomorrow's just another day to get together and get closer. Closer, closer.